In 1994, the United States, China, Russia, and others gave Ukraine a security guarantee that if they gave up their nuclear weapons, they would be kept secure and their borders would be set secure. So when you start thinking, and Trump starts talking about security guarantees for Ukraine, and by the way, he's ruled out the use of U.S. land forces. If you were Ukraine, you ask yourselves how good those guarantees have been since 1994. We did nothing, and President Obama did nothing when uh, uh, Russia took Ukraine. I think it was in 2014. Trump did nothing thereafter. Joe Biden, at least, when Russia invaded Ukraine, gave Ukraine intelligence, U.S. weapons, and eventually, I think he should have given more sooner F-16s to the Russian air or to the Ukrainian Air Force. I think he should have given them weapons to strike deep into Russia, at least at military targets, but he didn't. Trump has cut back on all of that. Um, Meanwhile, Hegseth, the drunken sexual predator, has has forced the retirement of an Air Force four-star general, and uh, uh, Tulsi Gabbard has removed the security clearances of 37 uh, people who had them, apparently under the theory that Hegseth is sharing this all on Signalgate, so you don't need a security clearance, and that they found stuck in a what do you call it, fax machine, some papers showing the movements of the American negotiating team up in Alaska from last Friday. They just left them there. So what the hell? Let's just. Why I think we ought to publish them in the papers so that everybody can see them, not just our enemies. Meanwhile, the White House has nominated a guy named Nick Adams, who is focused in. His main claim to fame is he's focused in on people at Hooters, underage girls wearing hardly anything. Seems to tie in with the image of President Trump and Jeffrey Epstein as the ambassador to Malaysia. Keep in mind that the White House had said it was turning away from Europe and turning towards the importance of possible confrontation with China. I think we're afraid that China is going to have more scantily clad waitresses than we are. So a guy who's focused in on Hooters ought to be front and center in Malaysia. He goes along with the list of everybody else who's unqualified in this administration. To the extent we call it administration, I think it's more of a racketeer corrupt influence organization, a RICO organization. Meanwhile, Oklahoma, for people going to teach in Oklahoma, maybe even people going to move there, is talking about instituting an American First exam. I'd like to have these people take an exam on the U.S. Constitution. I'd like to have the people who have sworn to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States take a citizenship exam, and I'd like them to file a certification that they've read it, more importantly, understood it, and maybe even say that whether or not they can read simple English. Um, these are some of the headlines that we've got today, and it just keeps on coming. And it gets more frightening from the day. Except keep the faith, keep our values, and keep speaking truth.